All right, guys, welcome back to the Spice of Life podcast. Today, the podcast is brought to you by Buds and Leaves in Vic West. Buds and Leaves is a full service licensed dispensary with top quality products, discreet location, and amazing services. They help athletes and patients of all kinds get the proper care they need. You can check them out on their websites, www.budsandleaves.com, or on Instagram @budsandleaves. Today I'll feature for you guys one of their products that I use on a regular basis. It's called the Buddha Stick. This thing is, it's a CBD extract stick that you can rub on your injuries, make shit feel good. So you guys can hit up Buds and Leaves on Instagram or their website and check them out. Make sure you guys, if you are going to purchase any kind of medical marijuana, that you guys get fully licensed. We don't encourage being illegal on this show, but I wouldn't be mad at you if you were. Just kidding.
Oh, no, you're not.
We're also brought to you by audible.com. So if you guys go to www.audibletrial.com/spice, again, for you slow people, it's www.audibletrial.com/spice. The Spice Life podcast will give you guys 2 free ebooks, and audible.com will give you a 1-month free trial.
Those are good for you too, since you can't read, right?
Correct. I don't like to read. I don't know if that's a fucking problem or if you have an issue with that, but if you
I don't. I just read it on Instagram today that you can't read.
Yeah, I know you made that post, cunt.
Yeah. Nice cup. Batman.
Yeah, hopefully we can work out this coffee deal here soon, Luke. That'd be nice.
I talked to them today, but we won't talk about it on the show, but I did talk to them today. I got a whole bunch of good info, and that will be happening. I'm actually going to meet him when I'm in Edmonton next week for KO Boxing. So I've set up that appointment. I'll be going up there to their corporate office, and
what day?
We'll be setting some stuff up. Probably Friday.
Friday? Okay.
Yeah, in the morning. I'm just because I gotta go up to KO Thursday. I'll drive home like always for the kids. Then Friday I'll drive up in the morning and crash Friday night. So I'm gonna drive straight to their office Friday morning, and then I'll be good. By lunchtime I'll be into KO mode for the day.
All right. Do I need to attend this meeting, or is this a meeting for something else?
No, I'm good. I'm just gonna go.
You're just gonna do it? Okay, good.
Yeah,
I don't want to go.
Yeah.
Also, Buds and Leaves guys, they can supply you with CBD vapor e-juice shit, which is pretty good. I like it. So we're going to use that on the show today. Luke, you said you had a interesting kind of funny story to tell me today, and I feel like it might coincide with a story that happened maybe about a year ago at this point.
Oh, it would be right up there, like when we recorded with Cam. Yeah, it would be probably the same kind of a. Okay, so I don't know if we talked about it at all, but currently I'm making some major changes at my house. Right, I've been doing a ton of work. So actually, what I decided to do was I painted the basement. I painted my office and that downstairs spare room that's downstairs, right? And so I moved my bedroom downstairs last night, right, or yesterday. And I'm going to move Amelia over into the master bedroom. So she's got her own bedroom and Benjamin's got his own bedroom. She needs a bigger room. She's a girl, so she'll have the master bedroom. So we went and we need to get some we painted the office and the basement bedroom all white. So we're painting the house white because I just like it's way brighter down in the basement and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to go this weekend back to Home Depot and the kids are going to pick out some paint for their rooms and do that kind of stuff. So I go to Home Depot and with Rin, and we're going to get some trim paint because we got all the wall paint, but we forgot to get the trim paint the other day when we were there. So we got to finish up the trim. I want to do that before I move the beds in. So we walk in and we know where we're going. We're just going to grab it. And the lady comes over from Home Depot to ask if we need any help. This lady happens to be, I don't know what you'd call African Canadian or something, right? And so she goes, "What color do you need?" And Rin goes, whatever, like semi-gloss because we got a little bit shinier for the basement. So we need the semi-gloss white. And she goes, "Do you want it just white?" And she goes, yeah, and I hear her say, yeah, and I go,
Yeah, everything's white. We want everything white. Everything white. Whole house white.
she goes, you're so racist. I like look at her. I'm like, no, not like that. Just the walls. And I'm like, oh my God. And then she goes, I'm just fucking with you. But I was like, oh my God. Like, I felt so stupid. I was like, everything white, the whole house white. This woman punked me. Yeah, it was bad. But I mean, the walls are just white. Like it's a clean look. That's all. It's like, I mean, it happens lots, a few houses, some condos that are like that. I really enjoy them. Then you get a feature wall, but so that was my faux pas moment of the week, was being called a racist at Home Depot.
So this isn't the first time in history that you've been called a racist.
Yeah, but I'm not actually a racist. It's just I said something that could be, she was just yanking my chain. That's the same thing as Dax going to Tim Hortons and he orders a black coffee and they go, here's your large black. And he's like, what'd you just say to me? And they go like, oh, fuck, they're all scared. Yeah.
Well, I'm really glad that African Canadian lady did that to you, because your face probably went beet red.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah. I can imagine. I mean, I can't see my own face, but yeah, it was red. I could tell. I was super embarrassed. Yeah, it was bad because as soon as she said it, I was like, no, that's not what I meant. Like, not at all. And she's just like, just looking at me. She's like, I'll shake your paint, sir. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, so sorry. And then she looks at me and starts laughing. She goes, I'm just fucking with you. I was like, oh, thank God. Like, this is so not like, it was bad.
I think we should have that lady on the show now.
I could do that. I could go take the computer to Home Depot.
Could, I guess, yeah, if you really want to. Now, do you have any more stories for me this week? Because you said you had a couple stories, but you had one that I would find funny. That was
a funny one.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it. No, it was about the coffee and some of that other stuff that we talked about, after or whatever. It wasn't really for the show. So we'll divulge this coffee info as it unfolds. I should honestly, like, the guy sending me an email today, I might even, if I get everything done up and signed up, I might even be able to talk about it on Thursday, even before I meet him. Like, I don't have to wait till Friday, so it just depends.
So let's just drop a little bit of a teaser here. Like, we won't say any names, but like, is this going to be something for the show, or is this going to be something for another business that you're creating?
Definitely another business for now. The show could be that. I think Friday is going to be like more, once I meet him face to face Friday, that's when we're going to talk more. I told him about the show. I told him what it is. I told him how it would be a good fit for the show, for all that stuff. But at the end of the day, right, I mean, for them, it's like, well, if I'm going to distribute it in the new business, for advertising, they're going to, I'm going to want to get the advertising to say to come down and check it out. If you're going to have the stuff there, you're going to want to talk about, say it's going together. We're going to do that regardless of whether they're paying us or not.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, so it's actually pretty good. It's pretty good margins on the stuff, so I like that.
But hey, like, if they just hucked us a few bags a month for free, then maybe, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
yeah.
Everybody likes coffee, you fuckers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, we're coming up. Basically, we are way less than 2 weeks away from KO Boxing 82, which the main event will be Jelena Mrdjenovich in her 50th fight, and then the co-main event is going to be Mr. Adam Braidwood, the boogeyman. He's going to throw down one more time before he fights Simon Keane against a young Mexican fella by the name of Hugo Leone. Hugo's only about 19 years old, so this could ruin his whole life.
Yeah. Does he know what he's up against?
Probably not.
Oh my, poor guy. And Camille's going to be there from Eye of the Tiger.
Correct.
Ringside watching.
Yes, he will be there.
Mm-hmm. That'd be nice.
So maybe we'll have a conversation with Camille. We'll let him know that to maybe don't plan the Simon Keane parade, and maybe we'll do a boogeyman parade, because that fight ain't going more than 4 rounds anyway.
No. I feel like we might need some extra security to get us out of Quebec, though, when that happens.
Here's the thing. I think we're going to be fine over in Quebec because the fans are turning.
Yeah.
People don't like Simon's shitty face anymore. Everybody found out that he's got no teeth. Because when they take his mouth guard out, he usually hides it pretty good, but he ain't got no front teeth.
Shut up, actually.
Yeah.
Come on.
He's got no front teeth. He's already been put in his place once.
Is that why he never smiles?
Yeah, he's got no front teeth. Like, I'm sure that he's got like some kind of a denture that would go in there, like a fucking 60-year-old. But yeah, he got his two front teeth, or at least one of them knocked out by somebody. Interesting, right?
I'm just sick of seeing him like holding up little kids and smacking them around in boxing rings. He's holding up by their legs and he's just an animal.
I want to message him and be like, Simon, you can't post stuff like that on the internet because the wrong people, aka myself, are gonna get a hold of that, and we're gonna make a meme about it, about how you fucking hate kids or you eat children or something like that. Like, he's got to stop. I get it that he likes to beat up little kids and hang them upside down from their feet, but come on, man, you can't post that on the internet.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can. It's gonna fall into the wrong hands.
Not when the guy that's
So-
supposed to be the bad guy, aka Adam Braidwood, is on Instagram holding babies.
Yeah,
Wait. Excuse me, Simon. You got to stop.
yeah, that's true. There's a couple other. There's a few other fights on this KO show that I want to see, but one in particular is Rafael Santoro versus your favorite guest of all time, Brian Samuel.
Who's fighting Brian?
Isn't Rafael fighting Brian?
I don't even know who the fuck that is. Just kidding.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, right. We're not mentioning that name.
Yeah, the Santoro young lad, he's going to be fighting Brian Samuel. In what actually I'm looking forward to that fight third most, other than Adam and Jelena. If I take those two fights out, I'm looking at that fight as to be probably the best fight of the night.
Yeah, well, the two guys are going to just. Robbie will, or not Robbie. Rafael will be bouncing around and trying to move, and Brian's just going to keep coming forward like he always does. And it'll be interesting to see how Rafael responds when he hits him, and Brian just keeps coming like the zombie that he is, where he just doesn't move. He just keeps plodding ahead and doing his thing, right? So it'll be real interesting to see, what comes about of that.
It's two different styles, right? Where Brian kind of fights like a bully. He stays in your face. I wouldn't say that anything he throws is relatively. It's not very technical, but he does land, and if he lands that left hook, that's a problem. Where Rafi's a little more technical. He moves. He uses his feet. He uses good head movement, and he's got good body shots.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting because Raf's going to get into deep water within the first round because he's going to hit Brian, and Brian's going to look at him like a fucking Holstein cow, and he's not going to give a shit. And Rafi's never been in that situation before where he's going to hit a guy with a chin, like a good chin. Like, Brian's body is weaker than his chin.
Well, and I think yes, that is true. It is way weaker. I mean, that's how Flavio finally dismantled them, right? I mean, he started covering up that rib and or the liver, right, when Flavio was fighting him, and he just ate punch after punch after punch in his face to protect his liver, like he did not care. And then when he finally went to throw that right hand again to hit Flavio inside, Flavio slipped and buried another liver shot, and that's what eventually basically ended the fight, right? Like, he couldn't get up from that. So he'll take shots all day long off his face, but yeah, that's Rafael's best chance, I believe, to win that fight will be to, if he wants to put him away, will be hit him in the body. If he tries to hit Brian in the face like he's done to some of those other guys, he's not going to stop him. No. I don't think he hits hard enough to stop Brian. I guess we'll see. It'll be a true test, but it'll also be interesting to see how he responds to actually getting hit back. Like, if he stands in the pocket at all, Brian's going to hit him.
Oh, 100%.
And Brian's going to dig him, and it'll be interesting to see how well he responds to getting really tagged.
Now, if everybody wants to pay attention to the corner, uh, the biggest thing one of the biggest factors in a fight is your cornerman.
Yes.
And it's going to be interesting to see the Burger Santoro Dave Zabit corner when they get into some trouble. Realistically, has that corner been tested yet?
No.
No.
No, I don't think so.
So Brian's gonna put a pace, and I told if the Santoro corner is smart, they're gonna set the pace for the fight, and they're not gonna fight Brian's fight, which is very hard with Brian because he will just stay in your face and keep grinding you. Now, I think Flavio Michel hits light years harder than Rafael Santoro does.
Which sure looks like it. I mean, but the thing with Rafi is he's got really long punches. Like Flavio and Brian were pretty close to the same height.
Yeah.
Now you also look at when Brian fought Jesse Arnett, right? Jesse was long and rangy. He obviously Rafael still moves way better than Arnett, you know?
Yes.
So if he's in and out using the distance of his punches, it might be hard for Brian to connect with them, right? I mean, that is one thing. Like Rafi can keep that pace for the 4-round fight, in and out, bouncing around, moving, hitting them, hitting them. And if he can keep that going, it'll be his fight for sure.
100%.
Because he can move that way. If Brian starts tagging him though and slows him down, it could turn into a dogfight, and that's what Brian wants to do. Brian wants to turn it into a fight, not a boxing match, and so it'll be interesting. But yeah, it'll be fun to see those guys responding if he gets cracked. Like, I feel like even though this is going to be on Fight TV, I think you said, right? The show is that, or do we know yet? We don't know.
Plans have changed. I will not announce what I talked to Mel about yesterday, but potentially it could be on free TV for Canada.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
either way,
we know.
We've been talking about we're not going to have to be recording it to put it up on our page this time for the show. So, but I have a feeling we'll still be recording some of it to air later. But yes, it will be interesting I'd actually just like to have one of our phones on the corner of Lino and Dave for the entire fight. Just that part. Just, it'd be interesting to have two phones where you got one on there and one on there, and then we could have HC Derek put something together pretty good, I'm sure.
That'd be funny. I think hands down that's probably one of the more interesting fights on the card is Rafi versus Brian. Now, you did mention that Brian was the worst guest on this show, which he was. I have to agree with that. But at the end of the day, Brian is a respectful dude when it comes to boxing.
100%. Oh yeah. And I'm only saying that just to tease you. He's been in there for a long time. He does care. The coolest thing with Brian though, actually now, is he's really turned the corner as he's gotten a little older. He's matured a lot more. Yeah. He really likes to help out, and he's a positive guy actually, like a lot. He loves to give positive affirmations to people and talk to them, encourage them, especially the young kids that are at the boxing gyms and stuff like that. So that's nice to see guys giving back when they've made it for, around their province and that kind of stuff, right?
Well, a lot of the time that we run into Brian, he's usually in fight mode, right? Where I get dickish too. Like I remember I freaked out on you the one day on the phone because you were fucking late or didn't show up for something. I freaked out because I was trying to get ready to fight. But like, we all get bitchy. So a lot of the time when we do deal with Brian, he is a little bit bitchy. But at the end of the day, I do like Brian. I think he brings a he's stopped the shitty trash talk too a little bit, which I like because he wasn't very good at it.
No,
but
no, he wasn't, and he would go way over the line.
Yeah, so I do like Brian. He's fun to watch. He's never in a boring fight, and I wish both those guys luck. Would I like to see Brian Samuel win 100% after his last performance in KO?
Yeah.
I'd love to see Brian pull out a victory here because it'd be a big one for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, he's coming off 2 losses now, right? Like he lost to Jesse Arnett, then he lost to Flavio, so it'll be interesting to see how he turns around. He did look way better against Flavio than he did against Arnett.
Well, here's a real interesting little fact for this fight. So Brian Samuel has fought Jesse Arnett. Jesse Arnett got into the Dakota ring and flapped his mouth and said he wanted to fight the Santoro boys. So maybe if Rafi can finish Brian, maybe there might be a little bit of a call out in the ring.
Yeah, you never know.
It could be interesting. Realistically, do I see Jesse fighting Rafi? I don't see it going well.
No.
That's all due respect to Jesse because I got a lot of respect for that guy. He's a tough motherfucker.
No, he's fighting in TKO May 12th, or his opponent got hurt. They're still looking for something, and then I mean, there's still rumor that he might be going off to bigger and better things after this. That's 12 wins in a row for that guy.
Well, Jesse's he's not a spring chicken, so
No.
like when you're talking, I'd like to see him go to Bellator. That'd be the place I'd like to see him go. Fuck enough of that MMA bullshit. Who else we got on this card? Fucking Eric Taylor,
Well, here's the
I
thing.
think.
You got Eric Taylor. Well, I mean, we can go through them all, but Eric's like none of their, unless you got different info from Mel, but I think a lot of them are fighting Mexican opponents again, right? They're bringing in a team from Mexico like usual, which all those guys that show up from Mexico are they come to fight every single time, except for that one guy that showed up the last time that was like, got hit like 4 times and then took a knee and went down. Like, we're like, well, he showed up for a paycheck, but everybody else that I found, like, so Eric's fighting, Robbie Cousin,
Yeah.
is fighting, and that Julian Klima, and then Flavio is still and Flavio's fighting. They're all listed as to be announced for their opponents, still on BoxRec. I just checked right now. Like, it's still, we don't have, so unless you got names from Mel, I don't know who they're boxing against.
So I do know that Julian Klima, he has an opponent. I'm excited to see him fight, and I hope that they get a tougher opponent for him this time because he was the guy that you were just talking about.
Exactly.
Where he took his opponent out with a body shot like fucking 30 seconds into the fight. That guy just came for a paycheck. Flavio Michel is fighting a Mexican fella. I know that fight's a go. Eric Taylor, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's I have no idea. There's another guy that used to fight. He's still signed, but he hasn't fought for KO for about fucking 2 years. He's fighting on the card. I can't remember his name now. I think it's Brad something.
Oh.
So realistically, doesn't matter.
And then Robbie is fighting too, is he not?
Yes, Robbie is fighting.
Yeah.
And
then Brad Switzer is not fighting because he just took a new job. He had announced that he was not competing. So that's
mad at
unfortunate.
him.
I was looking forward to seeing the Tower of Power this time, but he's not. He'll be there obviously, but
I'm still fucking mad at him.
yeah.
I wanted to see that fight. Come on, Brad. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Then Stan. Well, Stan still won't be there because he's still coming off his heart surgery.
Stan's in the fucking gym though. I like seeing that.
Yeah, he's training. He's bench pressing. He's doing all sorts of stuff.
I like to see that. What other fight news do we have? We've got Ryan the Real Deal Ford. He's going over, I think it's Germany. Don't quote me 100% on that.
It is Germany.
To compete for a WBC International Super Middleweight title. That's a fucking fight. The guy he's fighting, he ain't going to run. Who else we got? We got Dario coming up too, I think, May 19th.
Yes, then the is it the Bell Center?
Yeah.
No, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, he's going to be coming on here in a couple minutes. So maybe we get some confirmation on that. He's been he's a little bitchy these days. So I'd like to know what the fuck's going on with him.
Why is he bit?
I don't know. He might be mad that Bruno showed him up on the show last week because Bruno was fucking hilarious.
Did show him up.
Oh,
he was pretty funny.
Now
You should tell him
Dario's
he's
trying to
running a
call.
little bit behind because we got to finish up talking to Bruno.
Right? But Dario, I got 2 fucking computers going here because I do go to school. But Dario's trying to call in right now. I got to hang up on that. And then I hate it when he tries to call me. And then
He's punctual though.
we're going to add him in right now. I think I added him in. Dario.
You said we got Bruno on the show today then?
No, we got Dario on the show today, not Bruno.
I'm just kidding. I know he's picked up. He's heard, hasn't he? Oh, he hasn't heard yet. That's why.
He hasn't picked it up yet, but he should
No fucking way. Do I hear Luke's voice?
Hey, buddy.
Holy shit, is my camera not on? Hang on.
No, your
Yeah,
camera's not
I
on.
can hear you eating
Alright.
something.
Sorry, I'm eating gummies, bro. Like, you know this. In every podcast, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start fucking eating.
Well, little treat
Guess
today,
who?
guys, because we're already recording, and we got a
Oh, there's
female
a-
on here too.
Already recording.
We're
What's up,
already
guys?
recording. It's the Super
No, no,
Mario
I have my
Dario
theme song
minute
today.
with the Dario. Go, Dario.
What's up,
What the
guys?
fuck? Sing your song.
I'm sorry. Let me. Bump, 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 bump. I'm very disappointed to see Lucas on the fucking show today.
Well, I had to come in to make sure, in case you weren't here again, we had to have a guest or something because
Luke.
you weren't available last week. We had to talk to Tanner. I had to talk to your brother. Hate to say it, he was hilarious, and I quite enjoyed listening to him. In fact, I listened to his whole segment, but oftentimes I've shut yours off, so I don't know what to say. Yeah, I'm just messing with you.
What the
Holy
fuck just
cow.
happened?
Luke brought his balls this show. What are you talking about? I was available last week.
He
I
was
know, I'm
on
just
last
teasing
week,
you.
Luke.
Yeah,
It
you are
was...
teasing me. You're just
brother.
fucking dicking me. You guys just need an excuse to bring Bruno in because you guys are warming up to him.
Okay, whoa.
Don't.
That's how I feel.
Okay,
That's how I feel, though.
like that.
I'm
here's,
gonna.
here's the thing. I would never want to sleep on Bruno's couch, but I would sleep on your couch when we're in Montreal.
No, Luke.
We're gonna get
Well,
house.
listen,
I think. We're gonna
Luke,
do.
not even you would want to sleep on your couch with the sex addiction that you have. By the way, Tanner, you said we have 50 questions and we did not cover them last week. I do want to cover some of them because you said we weren't going to
You
do
wanna
all of
do
them. I
some
think we
of
should do 10 every week
Okay,
that the
before
fans have submitted. They're
before
actually very good questions, too.
fucking guys, before we get into these 50 questions, Dario, we did bring your brother on last week, and Luke, we will clarify it was because Adam Braidwood was missing, and we couldn't find him.
I
Dario,
was just teasing him.
Luke, you got to shut the fuck up and stop talking.
Yeah, dude, you got to stop fucking interrupting, bro. You can't be doing this on the podcast. We're on YouTube now, okay? You guys are going like fucking high tier, and you're being a dickhead.
Yeah, I agree with
I
that.
apologize.
Okay, so while I'm looking for these 50 questions, I want Dario to go over what happened, why Bruno moved out, and why they're banned from Starbucks.
Okay, so you want my version of why Bruno moved out.
Yes.
Bruno he did not want the responsibility of keeping the apartment clean. Whatever he said on the podcast last week is bullshit, okay? Yeah, we were bumping heads all the time because he was living like absolute garbage. The only problem or the only like good thing that he doesn't have to deal with it now is because Karina has a maid back home. So she basically does all the work for him, okay? Now about the reason why we got banned at Starbucks. I thought we promised, like me and Bruno promised we weren't going to start telling that story. So we had a best friend, a very good friend. I hope he listens to this podcast. He was he came to see me fight in Quebec City, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. Now, you guys know my good friend, Anthony Chiappetta, right?
Yeah.
That's not the friend. He was doing a little bit of trolling. He was basically braidwooding my friend Jesse. And so he told us that he wants us to get out of the Starbucks and he doesn't want us there anymore because he was working there. Well, we went there shortly, like a night after or whatever, and our friend Jesse, good guy Jesse, calls the cops on us and basically gets us trespassed. So that was basically our spot, guys. Like, we were there till like midnight. We could lounge there. Nobody could arrest us because everybody knew why we were there. We were there like every night. That was our spot. Like, that was where we stayed out of trouble, was at Starbucks on Pine Island. Well, the very awesome thing is they switched units and they moved their Starbucks across Pine Island Road. Like literally a straight line across the road. So technically, I went and I asked some of my buddies that work at the police department. I'm like, am I technically banned from that Starbucks since it's a completely new unit? And he's like, yeah, in order to be banned from that place, they'll have to trespass you again. That old Starbucks, the old unit, got substituted with a Kay's Jewelers. So basically, I can't go diamond shopping at that place at Kay's Jewelers because I'm technically banned from that unit. So now, once in a while, me and Bruno, since we had no probable cause to get banned again, we keep going to that Starbucks and harassing all the workers. It's very good stuff. Bruno's very bitter about it. We almost made shirts about about us being banned from Starbucks, but as far as that, we were very sour about that. We're still sour. That happened back in 2016, and we're still pissed. That was our spot.
Well, it sounds like a great reason to get kicked out. Now, Dario, you look a little sucked in right now.
Wow, you think so? I'll take it as a compliment. You talking
is.
about I'm looking a little dry?
No, you look like you've lost probably about 10 pounds.
I have lost about 10 pounds. You guys are right. I just did some sparring this morning. That's why I was being serious, Tanner. I don't mean to be a jerk to you. And, because Luke, when Tanner texts me, I'm very like short, especially when I'm in the gym. And he's like, wow, that was really serious. It's just like, sorry, Tanner, I'm at the gym. I don't want to get slapped at by my Jamaican coaches. But it's not in a bad way. I do think I feel very healthy. I have I think like when you guys have seen me, like this is like, I don't know, I'm been a very disciplined. I think you guys seen undisciplined Dario when he eats whatever he wants. I look sucked in a little bit, but I feel very healthy. I feel very strong, very fast, so this is not me drained. In 10 pounds, it'll be me drained. I'm about at 170, trying to go 160 at the May 19th at the Bell Center. But no, for right now, I feel healthy. I'm not in any. I cramp a little bit but that's probably because I'm on my period or whatever it is, or I'm just being Bruno.
I heard there that you said this is disciplined, Dario, but did you not say you're eating a bag of gummies or something like that? Like, is that you fit that into your nutrition plan, or how do you work that?
I just had a Mountain Dew. I just pulled the Bruno, and I just had a Polar Pop of Mountain Dew, and I'm going to flush it out before my second training with a Coors Light. So, okay, it's a little bit of – so it's not 100% discipline, but it's okay, guys. We're 4.5 weeks out from fight night. I can afford a little bit of this, okay? Especially after a good
sparring.
You
still skipped over the gummies, though. What kind of gummies
They're
are you
fruit
eating?
stations, man.
It doesn't count as fruit.
They're good for you. No, it doesn't count as fruit, but did you guys know that when you're a diabetic, the doctors, the first thing they'll tell you is to cut out fruit? So, Luke, I don't want to hear that shit, all right? Sometimes fruits are bad for you.
Never. That's like we were at the grocery store the other day, and his dad and his daughter, they're looking at some stuff, and they grab a box of fruit snacks, and she's like, but it says made with real fruit, Dad. And he's like, well, let's read the ingredients. And I look in the cart, and it's all like prepackaged pizza pops, and then there he is like critiquing her choice of gummy snacks for the nutritional value. I'm like, look at your freaking cart, Dad. Dude. Nothing is in there that's any good. I'm like, just give her the fruit snack. Like, who cares?
It's a good way to fuck with your child's upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
So
your fight. Do you have an opponent for May 19th?
No, it's a bit of a change up. My managers are working on it now because the original opponent at super middleweight was going to be Aaron Pryor Jr. He's fought here in Quebec before. He's actually fought Adonis Stevenson before Adonis Stevenson got his title shot, like a little bit before he got his title shot. So he's familiar with the place, but that was like the original opponent. Aaron Pryor's got a name. He's a veteran. It would have been a good, a good name for the resume. But since we're going 60, things are changing up a little bit. So they're going to have to find a pretty tough guy at middleweight. But I think it'll be better for me. I'll be a lot quicker, stronger. So we'll see what happens. Well, the thing is, just before I cut you off, the thing is that date is still shaky, man. Like I said on the podcast last week with Tanner, Luke, I'll fill you up on it, is nobody knows what the fuck is going on with this fight because apparently from what they said that Adonis Stevenson has not signed the contract. And Adonis Stevenson can't do any like promotional stuff in the U.S. because obviously he's a felon. And apparently Badu Jack's main trainer can't come to Canada because he is a felon as well in the States. So it's an absolute mess. Nothing signed to deliver. Both of them, social media wise, keep saying May 19th, ready for title fight, this and that. But as far as what Adonis said, the contract has not been signed. And people keep saying, well, if Al Heyman wants it to happen, it'll happen. Yeah, I don't know if that's the case. And it looks bad. Like Groupie Michel, he's like my guy as promoter wise that I have with a handshake. I'm not signed with him. It makes him look bad because everybody's kind of blaming him why the fight's not happening, but he has no control. It's really all Adonis and Al Heyman, and it looks like nobody's got control over Adonis at the moment. He just keeps screwing with everyone.
I feel like somebody needs to build a casino or a entertainment center right on the U.S.-Canada border down out there in eastern North America, and then the ring can be like split right there, so the criminals from the U.S. can get in the ring and the criminals from Canada can get in the ring, and they can kind of do their exchanges. They can stay on different sides of the hotel so that they're always in the proper country, and then it would all be allowed.
Yeah, I like that. Luke, honestly, that was a spontaneous thought you just had, but that's actually very creative. That could actually work maybe one day.
Gotta
or we
figure
just
something
open
out,
up the
'cause
borders. I don't know, but you guys, it's just it's an absolute mess. It's very turn off because you want to get ready. They had Gary Russell Jr. versus Jojo Diaz on the co-main event, which was going to be a great co-main. It was going to be a title fight. They moved now. Jojo and what's his name, the other guy, Gary Russell. They're headlining their own show in Maryland the same day. So like, looks like everybody's jumping ship on this fight. So I'm optimistic about it, but not really. So we'll see. May 19th is the goal, but don't be surprised if it doesn't happen, boys.
Well, I feel like you're a couple fights away from being like in the top 15, top 20 in the world. Right now, you're ranked number 68 in the world, number 13 in America. But you're right there. Like, it's going to take like maybe an international title fight or something like that, or intercontinental title or NABA title or some shit like that.
Yeah, and that's why we're making like a sudden change, because I know I'm about to break top 10 in the U.S. For my weight class, but I think when you're going to start seeing, B class opponents, A class opponents pretty soon. And for that to happen, for me to, I think there would have to be a sudden change in the direction of my career. And I think middleweight's going to be a good, I'll be a good contestant at the middleweight division. I'm 6'2", and I see a lot of, I'll match pretty well with those guys over there. There's a lot of short, stocky guys, but also a lot of long guys like Danny Jacobs and all that stuff. But when they come to guys around that, I'm in the same, like Vaughn Alexander and all that stuff. I got to make sure I compete with those guys and I make the right moves. And I think, that'll be a good transition as far as what I'm going to do in my career now that we're going to be doing big step ups and, title fights. I'm 24 years old. I'm one of the youngest on the bracket, for top 15. So we'll see what goes on.
All right. Fan questions.
Yeah, fan question. Can I throw hearts on this real quick? Can
Yeah.
this be on the... Okay. What can we do? Okay, sorry, I'm not going to do that. I was going to put a
you
heart
have the
filter
fan
on.
questions in front of you, Tanner?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got them too, but
You shut the fuck
Okay,
up.
Luke, but don't worry about it. Tanner's got it.
that's okay. Yeah, I just was
Okay.
making sure,
Okay, I was just... Dude, you looked like you were ready to jump in. Should we have Luke ask the questions, Tanner?
I don't
Uh,
It looks
actually
like
know
he
where
really
we're
wants
at.
to do it.
I don't actually know where we're
Tanner,
at. Did you just
you-
ask the first 1 to 10 the last time, or did you jump
No.
all
No,
over the place?
he kind of mixed up.
Yeah,
See,
fuck,
Tanner,
I can't.
you...
It's Tanner's
you've been-
gig, man.
You've been on Luke's ass as he has to be like a viable, presence in the show, and he's trying to be that right now. You might have to give him a chance. I don't know. That's on you.
Well,
I might end up
unfortunately,
asking the same question.
Yeah.
I don't know which questions he asked you last time, so I'm fucked
Exactly.
anyway.
okay.
He only asked like I don't know, like 5, 6, maybe even more. I don't know.
All right, Luke, quiet time. Time to be quiet, and we're gonna ask Dario some questions today. Dario, what is your favorite beer?
Favorite beer, Guinness Drought, man. Honestly, it's my poison. It's my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, dude. When I have a couple Guinnesses, it's a full meal. Like, I don't eat for the rest of the day. It's honestly a very good weight cutting tactic, because I remember when I was in Florida and I was having nothing but Guinness, I was down very low in weight because I was just skipping meals because Guinness was just doing the trick for me. So yes.
See, that surprises me. I thought you would have said butterbeer from Harry Potter World.
Butterbeer is not alcoholic. Like Mike Perry said, he's very disappointed that there's no alcohol in butterbeer. But yeah, no. Butterbeer as in favorite drink, yes, butterbeer for sure. But as far as alcohol, Guinness beer.
All right. Who is your funniest friend?
I don't like to give him too much credit, but Anthony Chiappetta, or at Chiappetta2390, or Anthony Chiappetta, or Fish Karma on Instagram. One of the funniest guys you'll meet. Very controversial, very offensive sometimes, but if you have a thin skin, don't look at his content. But he's very funny. I don't consider Bruno a friend or a brother, so he's out.
All right. Who is considered a friend to you, but somebody that you actually hate?
Luke Spicer.
I was gonna say it's either me or Bruno. You're such a clown.
Yeah, definitely the Spice.
Oh, that was great. What is your favorite TV show ever?
Favorite TV show ever is Jersey Shore. Jersey Shore was the epitome of the American dream. I mean, Jersey Shore was where it was at with, yes, exactly. With the whole, yeah, dude, honestly, that was just, if you could put the Northeast in a nutshell, those are the people when they come visit for Florida and they come from Jersey, those are exactly the people we have to deal with. I mean, yeah, for sure. I think ever, probably. Reality show, at least. You know, I have a couple favorite cartoons and all that stuff, but as far as TV show that I binge watch, or Catfish. Catfish is great. I always wanted to be catfish, or I always wanted somebody. You know what's really flattering is somebody using your pictures to catfish. You know, I would want that to be on the Catfish show. I wouldn't even care if it's like for gays or lesbians or straight nerds. I don't care. Like it would be really cool just to be flattered that way.
Okay. How do you deal with internet trolls?
How do I deal with internet trolls?
Yeah.
It depends on what kind of troll I'm going for, but I get really weird and I get like really what's the thing? I start to get really romantic with them, like that's how you deal with internet trolls because I think they're very insecure, and I'm an internet troll myself, but you got to let go of all of the insecurities. I get very very weird, very romantic. I start asking them out for dates and everything. They're like, "Oh, well, I'm not on that gay shit." Well, I'm like, "Well, tonight I am." So send me your number type thing. It's very easy. And then I get blocked. Usually people have to block trolls. Usually I get blocked by the trolls. Or I just tag Anthony in any time where I'm in it, and Anthony just goes off. Anthony is just basically my plan B.
What do you say after you fart?
What do I say after I fart? I don't know. What do I say? It's usually a surprise. But what do I say?
Why don't you go find your girlfriend? She's walking around. Why don't you go ask her what she says when she's in the room? Get her on the show.
No, she's gone. But what do I usually just point the finger. Well, not point the finger, but I'm just like, Bruno. I don't know. I kind of blame it on Bruno. Really, it would have to be funny usually. But I don't got anything funny after I do something like that. So I just usually point the finger at Bruno. Not much to say about it. Usually it's a secret.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you a little secret. I'm a grocery store farter, especially when I'm with my wife and I make them really loud, and then I yell at her after I fart. I'm like, "What the fuck, bro? Like, why the fuck would you do that in public?" And
Yo, are you fucking? We're in the produce section. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, it's exactly.
People are looking for avocados and fucking cucumbers. What the hell are you doing here?
I'm gonna have to try that next time.
Yeah. Okay, Luke. All right.
What is the best impression you can do?
The best impression I can do is my father. That is the best impression I can do because he has an East European accent and everybody loves it. Actually, Sarah really loves the impression I do of my father. Bruno does it very well. Anthony does it very well. Sometimes when you hear us in our stories talking, when we say the apple does not fall too far from the goulash, that is because I'm imitating my father. I just, when you're just really mad at someone, especially as a kid growing up, and you just like mocking them after they just get done like yelling at you or saying, ordering you to do something just in your fucking room. That's how I grew up. I've been doing that for 20 something years, dealing with my father. I love my dad, but holy shit, man. I have gotten his accent down to a fucking T. It's ridiculous. So I can do my father really well. I can do some impressions for you later if you'd like.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Adam, there is no reason. No, Tanner. There is no reason to have beard anymore. We are not this is not how it works anymore. But he gets mad at my brother for growing a beard. He says he looks like a bum or whatever. So he actually yells at Bruno a lot for that too. But there's really nothing you get. But as far as like impressions, Bruno does it very well. I think Bruno does it out of anger though. He's got a lot of animosity towards that.
We'll do two more questions. Who is your favorite porn star?
Man, it's that little one, the little blonde one who Sarah. Oh, she's doing homework. Never mind. I was gonna ask her to Google it. Man, this is tough. What about that really? Who was really nice was the Canadian one that just passed away. Unfortunately, that one was nice too. Summer Lynn's a good one. I like Summer Lynn. You guys should look up Summer Lynn. People like Mia Khalifa is too, generic or whatever it is. But yeah, Summer Lynn's pretty cool.
Okay. Last question.
Good acting.
Good act. Do you like the acting? You watch it
I like
just
the
for the
acting.
acting?
I think it's very important. Yeah.
Last question. Favorite line from a movie?
Favorite line from a movie. What's my favorite line from? Sorry, I was gonna ask you to Google a porn star for me, but we don't got it. Favorite line from a movie would be, what's a good one? Now go back to no. What was it? Now go get your fucking shoebox. Shine box. Go get your fucking shine box. That's a good classic one. Do you guys know where that is, Luke? Do you know where that's from? Go get your fucking shine box.
I want to say it's from like Goodfellas or something, isn't it?
No, it's from Casino.
I was going to say it's one of them.
No, it's from Goodfellas. You're right. It's from Goodfellas. You're right. It's the bar scene from Goodfellas. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one.
Jesus Christ. All right. Dario, you've been lacking again on the Instagrams with the song of the week.
Have I? Oh, because I haven't been posting it. Have I? And I'm supposed to have a song of the week as well, huh? Man. I've been lacking with songs of the week as well. I've been basically Luke. Luke comes back and I basically become him. You're right. I haven't done, I just like when you guys do it also. I kind of feel like I've gotten something done, I don't know. But I do have a song of the week for you guys.
Okay, well, song of the week last week was fucking fantastic.
It was fire, right?
Yeah.
Nasty by Logic was a good one. I always enjoy a little bit of Logic, a little bit of old school Logic. I actually have two song of the weeks because one is another Logic song.
Perfect.
And then one will be like the main one. We'll just have one where you guys can listen to on your own. But the main song of the week is Golden God by Machine Gun Kelly. I've been on that. That's my gym workout song of the week. Luke, write it down. Luke, do we have a song of the week from you as well?
Oh,
No.
God.
No, of course not. Because we shitted on yours last time because you gave us some bullshit.
No, that's fine. This is your deal anyway, my man. What'd you say the song was called?
Golden God by Machine Gun Kelly. I feel like Luke's a little bit hurt. Luke, did we?
No, I'm not hurt at all, man.
Dude,
this is your thing. I'm not into that old videos and driving and hands free. I've got so many tickets for having my phone in my hand, but I did order from Amazon one of them fancy phone holders for the vehicle. So you might see a video this week with this song of the week for you. So
could you imagine? He's got a fucking like one of those things he licks and sticks to the fucking window, and it's just Luke driving with two hands while he's listening to his Eminem.
I don't lick and stick stuff to the car. I keep my tongue pretty.
Yeah. Coming from the sex addict, you're right. Okay.
I could lick the shit out of that thing. Anyway, so what's your other song though?
A good chill song is Metropolis by Logic. If you guys like last week, it's a little bit different vibe, but Metropolis is pretty good. You guys might dig it. But Luke, holy fuck, man, we got to get you off the show immediately. That was not a good look, my friend.
I'll even drop a song of the week this week. If you're driving in your Escalade and you feel like a fucking pimp, download David Banner Like a Pimp. And blast that. Luke might actually have a mouthguard story for you, Dario.
A mouthguard story. Is it your mouthguard or somebody's mouthguard that you took out from kicking him in the fucking head? Like, what kind of mouthguard story?
Well, I feel like this could have happened maybe
look
when
at
I hit him.
Okay, all right. I'll tell the story. Tanner, you put me on the spot. I'll tell the. Okay, all right.
Okay, go, Luke. Tell the story.
Oh, come on.
No,
what the fuck? You've been interrupting.
I thought you said you were telling a story.
No, you're telling the story. You have the story.
Okay,
this is you.
I'll tell the story. So back when Luke and I used to spar, I bloodied up his mouth a little bit and it got in his mouth guard. Right, the next time we came in to do sparring, he put it in his mouth and he sucked the old blood out of it. And I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, it's like going out down on your old lady when she's on her reg." I was like, "You sick fuck."
Luke. That's a sociopathic trait, my friend. That's not good. That's weird, man. I don't usually get like squeamish, but that is weird.
That story never happened, but I would 100% do that. It's not a big deal.
You would 100% say that because you did say that. Ew, Luke, you're a sick fuck, man. That is, dude. I'm actually really pressed right now. I'm very pressed. That is not good.
I'm tearing up. Actually, that's some funny shit.
Oh my god! Fuck that story. Never again. I don't want to hear that anymore.
How nasty is that?
What does this thing do? Does it take a screenshot? I love screenshots.
We'll do a screenshot.
Oh no, it just.
Okay.
Oh no, it's
can
just
you
pictures.
guys see this?
I don't want to do any of that. Sorry, guys.
Can you guys see this?
Nice hat.
We will be dropping these.
Whoa.
I'm going to pick them up today. These are the new Boogeyman hats.
I'm with it, dude.
They're not
You know
bad,
what, man? Since it's getting warmer, because we just got hit with ice rain and everything, we're back to the 40s Fahrenheit. It'll be 50s next week. I'm feeling the little spring colors, man. I'm feeling the bad guy hat all week next week.
Ooh.
I already got the outfit picked out. I got the fresh white shoes to go with the fucking red. I think it'll be really nice. I got the jumper as well. It's going to be a nice I've been wearing beanies all fucking month. I've been pissed.
I do have a new bad guy hat coming out again.
Terrific, man.
Black
I'm really
hat.
feeling that.
So black hat, purple brim, purple writing.
Nice.
I'm with it. And what about you, Luke? You got anything coming besides another haircut?
Another haircut, man. Look at this
Yeah.
thing. It's so good. Yeah, can't do that. We may have some socks coming out here pretty soon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright.
Gotta get these socks done. They're gonna be right up my tasteless alley. They'll be nasty socks, but that'll be all right.
All right, Tanner, can we cut
Somebody
this
will
segment
buy 'em.
off, man?
Fuck you. You'll buy them
Can we-
too.
no.
You'll wear them. You'll like them.
I will buy it. Out of respect, I will 100% buy it. Tanner, can we cut this off, man? I think this has already been enough. I can't hear with Luke anymore. Luke's been, honestly, it's been 25 minutes. I haven't seen Luke in weeks.
Can you read that?
Duke, by day, cut by night. If that's a sock, I'm fighting in those socks.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm fighting Luke in those socks.
yes.
I will head kick you with those socks. Oh, there you go. Yeah, nothing to say now, do you?
No, I got nothing to say. Trust. Yes,
You can,
yes,
you can, box,
I
you
will-
can box circles around me, but I'll still
I-
spin kick your
I
head.
will suck the blood out of your mouthpiece, sir. Don't worry about it.
Oh. Dario, you're actually sponsored by a sock company, I think, or Bruno is, or both of you are. Odd
Odd
Socks.
Socks. We got a friendly distributor for Odd Socks, man. And I totally forgot to bring him to Montreal. But Bruno's going to Florida this Thursday, and he's going to be coming back with our whole thing of socks. It is like we've got like at least 20 to 25 pairs of Odd Socks. Great, honestly. I like them, and that's why they call them Odd Socks. They're very, not to the norm, but they're very cool to train in. I love socks in general, and especially since the spring's coming, you're going to see me in my white Vans or Chucks with some really odd socks. Stay tuned for those. The poses are going to be incredible this spring. Honestly, spring poses are the best. You guys are in for it.
I have got a beauty of a pose that's going to be coming out on Friday for Luke's Sock of the Week because I ordered a very special pair of socks for a special somebody, Simon Keane. And I will be doing a pose with those socks.
Ooh.
So it's
Hey guys, I'm gonna be dressing up. Just a little bit of insider. I will be Karina's date since Bruno's gone on Thursday. I'll be Karina's date on Friday for her cousin's birthday party. So I'll be dressed up and everything. So you will be seeing a very nice pose, a very clean. Like remember when Luke was with the bow tie and all that stuff? Now it'll never meet up to those standards, but it'll be around the same type of juncture. It's gonna be real cool, very professional, very neat, clean cut. But nobody's gonna fuck with Luke on that one. You've had two great formal poses, Luke, and nobody's fucking with them. I'd like to see you head kick a motherfucker with those fucking shoes, man.
I might even wear those shoes to KO boxing. We'll see. I'm not totally sure yet. I'm gonna pull out something a little different for KO, and then we've got something real special for Montreal in June. Me and Tanner both. So that'll be happening.
It's good.
Our high water. We're making that happen.
so
Awesome.
So you just told me that you're going on a date with your brother's girlfriend. So what I took from that is Karina has a really good chance of getting pregnant now.
Yeah, a very good chance now.
Yeah.
A very good one.
Really, maybe even.
So you're gonna help your brother out so that he can retire from boxing. You'll knock his girlfriend up. He can pretend it's his kid, and then he can marry her.
Guys,
you're a stellar brother, man. That's great news.
anything for a pal. Anything for a pal. I feel like that's the biggest Luke Spicer move ever. But besides that, whatever.
It is. All right, guys, the super duper Dario minute. Dario, get us the fuck out of here, and then I'll do our sponsors.
Bana bana bana. Bana bana bana. I want to have a Coors Light before second practice. All right, guys, peace out.
All right, guys, today the podcast was brought to you again by Buds and Leaves in Vic West, Buds and Leaves is a full-service dispensary. They help athletes and patients of all kinds to get the proper care they need. Again, I highlighted the Buddha stick today. It's the CBD stick that I rub on my sore shit. I probably could bust out a bag of weed, but I'm not going to go grab it right now. I can grab it. It's right here. I'll bust it out. I'll show you guys. Little bag of weed.
And the gummies?
No gummies. But we're also brought to you by audible.com. So if you guys go to www.audibletrial.com/spice, the Spice Life podcast is going to give you 2 free ebooks, and audible.com is going to give you a 1-month free trial. Again, that's www.audibletrial.com/spice. The Duke, do you got anything to say before we get the fuck out of here?
Crickets, that's it. See you guys Thursday.
All right, we're out of here.